Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Logical Nonsense Podcast. Today we have the one, the only Alex Karns, D1 pitcher from North Dakota State University, formerly played for Utah Valley University, and a JUCO that I am blanking the name on. I totally did my research. Alex, how are we doing, big guy?
I'm
Great to
doing
see you.
good. How are you doing, Hunter?
Another day on the pod. You know we love it. Road to 1,000. If you haven't subscribed, make sure to hit that subscribe button. But this isn't about me. This is about my man, Alex Karns. First ever college athlete, current college athlete on the pod. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you, Hunter. I'm honored.
Honored, he says. Honored. Me and Alex go way back, but not everyone knows Alex like I do. Alex, who are you? Give a little introduction better than I just gave.
Okay. I'm Alex Karns from Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, also where Hunter's from. Grew up with him, good buddy of mine. Right now, I'm a junior in college at North Dakota State, and I play baseball.
Yes, sir. Pitcher.
hmm
Let's go a little bit deeper into your baseball journey, since you were a kid to present
hmm
day. What is that baseball journey? What has been some of the ups and downs of it?
I mean, honestly, it's been all over the place. I was originally committed to a junior college out of high school.
Yes.
Uh, Decommitted there. I was going to be an outfielder. Decommitted there, went to Utah Valley as a pitcher, and then last year spent the year down in Arizona at Chandler-Gilbert Community College, and then now I'm at North Dakota State. And I mean, I think college sports, there's a lot of ups and downs. You come from being
Absolutely.
one of the best players, in your area
Yeah.
to now you're kind of the low end of the totem pole freshman again, then kind of have to work your way up. But I mean, for me, I think the biggest adjustment was going from playing every single day as a position player to now throwing really once or twice a week.
Oh yeah. I
hmm
can only imagine. Yeah, that'd be weird. Are you a starting rotation guy? Are you a relief pitcher? Are you
I'm
closer? Where
I'm
are
a
you?
relief guy. I'm kind of like an inning eater, so I'll throw multiple innings on the weekend in large chunks. And so yeah, last year I was a starter. This year I'm out of the pen.
What's that transition like? What's the biggest differences? What are the biggest, pros, cons of starting
hmm
versus relief? What do you prefer?
I
Loaded
really like
question,
starting.
sorry.
I mean, they both have their pros. As a starter, you know when you're going to throw. You can
Yep.
kind of manage your workload from throwing and lifting day to day.
Yeah.
So you can get in a nice routine that way. But also, coming out of the pen, you have to be locked in, every single day. You never know when you're going to go in. And I think that's really exciting. This year, I feel like I've had a lot more adrenaline going into the games because it's
Yeah.
kind of just like, all right, Karns, go to the bullpen. You got next inning, and you kind of got to get going real quick. And so, I mean,
Yeah.
I enjoy that a lot. But yeah, I mean, they're both great. I like doing both of them. But yeah, there's not a whole ton mentally that I think differently. You just got to go out there, fresh mind.
Pitch your game, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you feel like you throw harder as a relief pitcher than you did as a starting? Like, is it
Uh,
kind of like a marathon versus a sprint, or how do you feel?
it, yeah, I mean, it kind of depends. I felt like when I was starting into now, I'm throwing everything as hard as I can.
Yeah.
I might be a tick harder now,
Yeah.
but then again, like intent wise, you kind of have to keep the intent the same.
Yeah.
hmm
Absolutely. I just didn't know because, like, I know, MLB guys talk about, like, if I'm a relief or if I'm a closer, right, I'm
hmm
throwing like absolute gas because
Yeah.
I know, like, the moment I'm not, I'm getting
hmm
pulled.
I
So I
mean,
didn't know if it's the same
nowadays,
thing
like
for you.
some of the starters are touching 100,
Yeah.
and they're keeping that velo through the whole game. So it's just kind of crazy what people are doing nowadays.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we're gonna get into that later. That's definitely a topic I want to get into with
Uh-huh.
you because obviously, the injuries are up and some people are blaming it on pitch clock, but
hmm
there's some we'll get in that controversy a little later. But what you talked from going to, you were originally going to a JUCO and then I don't know where you decommitted, you went to Utah Valley.
hmm
Talk about that recruitment process and then we'll go into some of the others as well.
Yeah. So I think the whole thing around that was COVID.
Yeah.
In high school, you're playing. that's a big time when you're getting recruited, junior year. And so COVID shut down. So there was a dead period for the NCAA. So coaches weren't able to recruit. I'm not playing.
Yeah.
Your options are kind of limited, especially coming from North Idaho.
Yeah.
And so I decided to commit to Wenatchee Valley College in Washington. I did that the fall of my senior year. And then I quit basketball my senior year and just kind of focused on, weighted balls, lifting more, kind of getting ready for the season. And I had a really good spring season. And then that summer going into my freshman year, it was really good too. And so that's when Utah Valley, they kind of saw me and they needed another arm. And so they picked me up there.
It was a Twitter clip, if I remember correctly, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
I was actually down in Utah and they saw me throw, and I had a
nice.
really good game. So yeah.
Nice.
But Twitter does play a huge role, and that's why I'm at North Dakota State now.
You heard it here first, people.
Mm-hmm.
Twitter fingers does talk sometimes. You like it.
Yep.
All right. How was it going though? From huge topic in today's sports right now, transfer portal, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you go to Utah Valley, and you don't have to disclose if you whatever happened there, right? But what was it like entering the transfer portal, going from D1 college back down to JUCO? What were some of the reasons behind that? Yeah, just that.
Yeah. So, I mean, my freshman year, I threw about 15 innings, which is not bad for a freshman, but I also wanted to play at a higher level and pitch more and kind of be in a different atmosphere. I really liked Utah, the area. There are some things about baseball that I didn't like, and the people that I was surrounded by. But ultimately, I decided to transfer. And I just remember that car ride home from Orem, Utah, about 10 hours. I was just thinking the whole time, like, am I making a smart decision? Because I could have gone back and, still had my spot on the team and everything, but decided to transfer. And I knew JUCO was probably the best route for me.
Yep.
And I actually had a couple players on the team, buddies on the team, that told me to go JUCO because they were JUCO and they loved it. And so kind of listened to them. They got in contact with their old coach, who I then committed to. And there's just so many perks of playing Division I baseball compared to, other levels. Your travel is a lot easier, your schedule is nicer, everything. But going down to Arizona, that's kind of a mecca for baseball, Phoenix, Arizona.
Yep.
So I went down there and it was nice. But there was a lot of coaches from around the country that just kind of reach out to you. They find your number. So like it's kind of like almost a Twitter, but for baseball recruiting. So you got your own profile and coaches can like swipe through.
Combine or something.
Yeah. So like you kind of like see who they like and who might fit the program, and your numbers attached. So you're getting texts from a bunch of random people all the time. But yeah, so it was cool being down, committing to Arizona, JUCO, and everything.
Nice. And so how did you end up at North Dakota State? Like what led you to pick North Dakota State going from Chandler-Gilbert?
Yeah, so I had a pretty good season down there. Was uncommitted after the season, so went and played in the Northwoods, which is a collegiate summer league out in Wisconsin. And so I did pretty good there, and like I mentioned before, Twitter. So I was posting all of my outings and stuff on Twitter. And actually a kid from my JUCO, probably my best friend from JUCO, he committed to North Dakota State in June. And so the coach at North Dakota State saw my Twitter, reached out to me. We got in contact. And then my buddy from Chandler-Gilbert also kind of influenced that too. Yeah. And so, a main reason, like I got a nice scholarship there, and, their pitching staff, they needed some arms. And so I knew like right away I'd probably have a good opportunity to play a lot. And I really liked the coach, Coach Oaks, T.O. as we call him, great guy. And so, so it just was kind of the best fit for me. There were some other options in there, and just financially and, baseball wise, North Dakota State
was the best fit for you. Yeah.
Best fit for me. Yeah.
That's awesome. No, I'm glad you found your fit. I was actually around you. I don't know if you remember this when you first decided that you were going to transfer from UVU. I think you actually had just turned it in when I came down to Utah Valley.
Yeah.
Crazy enough. I was actually with this man when he did, right after he did it. We went to brought me to some sort of barbecue place, I remember after.
Uh-huh, five-star barbecue. I remember
Yeah.
that, yeah. That was just kinda good because I got to see a familiar face and,
Yeah.
there's so much doubt when you enter the portal, you kind of just
Yeah.
especially because 'cause you're not getting recruited for a whole
Yeah.
year, so you're just kind of up in the
Don't know
air.
what's gonna happen, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's crazy. So it's cool, it's kinda cool to hear you talk about all your decisions and hear it at a more formal level, you know? But,
Mhm.
no, it's cool. Has it been hard, though, going like, you've had a different team every single year of college. Has
Yeah.
it been hard to restart that college process every single year?
I think yeah, it has been difficult. I think the social interactions has been fine. I mean, I've
Yeah.
kinda gotten used to switching, jumping
Yeah.
teams and stuff and everything. The biggest thing I think for me is just the living, like
Yeah.
the living situations and you gotta buy a new bed everywhere you go and,
Yep.
kinda get
The little
settled down,
things.
but I kinda like to think of, baseball as like a traveling frat. Like, you're kinda put
Yeah.
together with a group of 40
Yeah.
guys, and you're
Yeah.
with them all the time, you guys do everything together, but
Yep.
then in the springtime, you get to go to California, Louisiana,
Yeah.
Oklahoma, so it's pretty cool, but it's been tough going from school to school, especially
Yeah.
when you don't know for a couple months where you're gonna be at for the next year.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's been awesome. I've met a lot of great people. I've got to see a lot of great places. So
Yeah.
I wouldn't trade it for the world.
Absolutely. No, that sounds
Mm,
like an awesome experience.
mm.
Yeah, I'm sure for you though, like MLB is still a dream of yours. I mean, that's kind of a sneak peek at it, right? Like thinking about
Yeah.
all the travel they do in a 162 game season, like they're
Mhm.
constantly traveling, they're constantly up and moving. Like if you ever switch teams, like you said, they got to sell their house, they got to
Yeah.
continuously move. So
Mhm.
you're really getting a sneak peek of that, except for, I guess, you would have to do school, but yeah, no,
Yeah.
speaking of school, like, how is that? Juggling all of that, I think that's not even talked about enough
Yeah. I
as
mean,
college sports, you know?
it kind of depends on what classes you're taking and what your plans are for life. I've
Yeah,
taken some pretty hard classes and in the sciences and stuff.
yeah,
But, this semester, it's been really nice because I've been all online. So I
yeah,
can kind of front load my week with work and
yep,
get it all done with. And then when we play on the weekend, just kind of relax a little bit.
yeah,
But yeah, you really got to be good at managing your time and staying on
absolutely.
top of things. But we have so many resources for us for school that it kind of helps. There's
Yeah,
people getting on us all the time about getting our work in. We
yep,
have free tutoring if we need it. I haven't used that yet, but yeah, we also have mandatory hours that we have to put in where we
yep.
check in and, study or get work in, whatever it may be.
I can't even imagine because, like, obviously going to college, just being a student and, I mean, I had work, but, like,
Mhm.
there's something different, a different level of getting in that zone, that mindset of competing.
Yeah.
Especially as much as you guys do, so I can't even
Mhm.
imagine what that's like. So,
Yeah.
speaking of pitching, how have you grown since your first start as a pitcher? So since that first day in Utah Valley, how have you grown from then till now? How's your mindset changed? Just
Mhm.
everything.
I think just the main thing is just experience.
Yeah.
So just when you're playing a lot and being comfortable, I mean, my freshman year, my fall was very bad. I didn't have
Yeah.
a good fall, and it's kind of tough mentally, just being like, okay, can I play at this level? I dominated in high school,
Yeah.
and then you go and you get hit around a little bit, and you're like, am I good enough to be here? And
Yeah.
you just gotta kind of have to have a um,
Composure?
composure, weak memory, kind of keep things in
Yeah.
the past and, forget about it. But yeah, I'd say, just experience. I played summer ball last 2 years, and that's good to just get innings. Your arm
Yeah.
gets stronger. We're lifting all the time, so you're getting stronger. Your development and your pitches gets a little bit better. And just you kind of have to have that mindset where no one can hit you and that you're the best player in the world. Because if you
Yeah.
don't have that, it's tough to go out there and have good days and bad days without changing. So our coach likes to say you got to be a good actor on the mound. You could have your best stuff of the day, you could have your worst stuff, but you got to act like you have,
Yeah.
your best stuff. So it's been tough. I mean, I got to play at LSU this year in front of 10,000
Yep.
people, and that got my heart going. But freshman year me, I could have let the moment get too big, and then your accuracy is all over the place. You're throwing a
Yep.
lot of balls, you get hit around, and the game really speeds up on you. But just having experience, because I've thrown over 100 innings in college,
Yeah.
and so that's just really helped me like settle me down and just allow me to have fun out there, because it's ultimately a game, and you're just trying to have fun out there and
Absolutely.
compete
Yeah.
in baseball games.
No, I love what you said there. I mean, the confidence thing, and I think confidence comes with experience, like you just said, right? 100 innings pitched, like some kids never get that, and I just knowing that like you've put the training in, you've put the work in, like you've been
Mhm.
here before, I think is huge. So that's cool. I mean, I was looking at your guys' schedule before this. I mean, it's crazy. You guys play at Oregon State. They're ranked number 6, I believe, right now.
Yeah.
LSU, they're ranked number 2. Talk about that LSU game, man. How was it being there? I mean, they won the title last year, no? I
Yes, they
mean,
did.
how was it being there? That's gotta be crazy, right?
Yeah, it was probably the coolest baseball, experience I've ever had. So
Yeah,
we were actually fortunate enough to practice the day before.
yeah,
And you just go into this massive empty stadium, and we kind of got like the oohs and ahs out of the way.
yeah,
You're
which is
playing
good.
catch and
You
like you're
you don't want that when you show up, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, for sure. So we get there, and we arrive early to the fields, of course, and we do all of our warm-ups, take batting practice and everything, and it's still just you're kind of just soaking it in. You're like, wow, like this is crazy. They've got all of their pregame videos that they have. The crowd down there, down in the South, they love supporting their schools.
yeah,
So everyone's wearing,
yep. They're
purple and
crazy, man.
gold, and
They love it.
yeah,
It's what they live
they're
for.
playing all these hype videos, all this music's going and stuff, and it is just like being in the stands is different than being in the dugout. Like, it's just a different
Absolutely.
feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when my name got called to go down the pen, my heart was pounding, and
Yeah.
I was so excited, but at the same time, you're kinda like, "Just don't
Holy
look
shit, don't
stupid."
fuck this up.
Yeah, just don't look stupid. And so, I'm in the pen, and, there's some drunk frat guys right by the bullpen just chirping me the whole time, saying all this stuff to me.
Yeah.
And, like, I can hear everything, but, I'm not letting them know that
Yeah.
I can hear it. So I'm just going out there, warming up. But then when I threw my first pitch on the game mound, like, it was just crazy. Everything just kinda zoned out.
Yeah.
There's 10,000 people there, but it doesn't feel like it. And I mean, I'm playing against some of the best players in the country, and,
Yeah.
it's just good to, like, go out there and, like, have success. I threw 3 innings and gave up 1 run, so
Oh, yeah.
it was pretty good. But yeah, it was unreal. We
Absolutely.
might be going back down there next year. I'm not positive yet,
Yeah.
but I know my dad was pretty bummed out that he didn't get to go to that.
Yeah, no, that'd been awesome. That'd have been
Mhm,
awesome for you guys to all been there. Yeah, no, that'd been cool. So it sounds like you pitched pretty well too, so you didn't
mhm,
fold in the moment.
yeah. Threw
Much
pretty well at
different
Oregon
than
State too.
freshman Karns, would you say?
Yeah, I would say so.
Oh, that's
Freshman
awesome.
me, I got to start against Grand Canyon. Justin Jaworski was actually there in attendance.
Really?
Yeah,
That's
and
awesome.
yeah, there was like 2,000 or 3,000 people there. I remember I get 5 runs in the 1 inning, and I was just overwhelmed at that
Yeah.
point. So it's a lot different the way that I'm pitching now. A lot more confidence.
Yeah.
Just it's easier to be out there on the mound.
When you believe in yourself and
Yeah,
stuff,
believe in
yeah.
yourself. You realize that it's not just you against the other team, like, it's you and 8 other guys behind you versus the batters, so
Yeah.
that helps.
Yeah. How was it against Oregon State?
It
Did you
was
get to
good.
pitch
I
that
mean,
series?
I did pitch. I threw 3 innings there as well in 1 run, but it was cold. It was really
Yeah.
cold. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
snowing the game that I threw,
Oh, nice.
I mean, it's a little bit different, like, there wasn't as many people at that game and stuff, but they were really good, so
What is it like when you got a good hitter comes up to bat, right? Like,
mhm.
I think some people like
Travis
when
Gazan
a good hitter's
Travis
coming up
Gazan,
to
I
bat,
faced
right?
him.
Like, how
Yeah.
does some like what does your mindset go to? Like, what's your approach there? Like, are you showing him like, okay, I got to show him my best stuff? Like, does the approach change? Or are you just like, all right, just do what you do, Alex. Let's go back to it. Like,
Yeah.
what are you saying to yourself on the mound?
Well, for me, I'm very vocal when I'm on the mound. Like, you probably
Yeah,
can't see it from the stands, but I'm talking,
yeah,
just telling myself like, here it comes, like just give it to him. Like, I don't want to be all negative, just positive thoughts and stuff. But when
Yeah.
you face those good, really good hitters, you know you're facing good hitters.
Yeah.
But I don't think a lot changes
Yeah.
because at this level, you could be facing, one of the worst hitters on the team, and they can still put a really good swing off. And you could
Yeah.
be facing one of the better hitters, and they can, strike out. So I
Yeah.
think it's kind of the same approach for everyone.
Yeah.
And you just have to have
Absolutely.
that focus for every single batter.
Yeah.
There might be like before the game, like, okay, I really want to get this guy out. Like it's going to be a goal of mine. But when you're on the mound, if you kind of pencil their name in as like the one guy that you need to give it all to, I feel
Yeah.
like you won't pitch
Definitely.
to your ability to some of the other guys.
Definitely. No, I the reason I ask is I know there are certain people who
Yeah, they're
they see that pitcher, they have a different approach. Like,
they're draft
hey,
lottery
bro, I gotta
guys.
bring out my tricky stuff. I gotta bring
Yeah.
out,
hmm
they kind of force it a little bit too much. I wasn't sure your approach. So I appreciate, I appreciate the whole. I'm gonna do what I do.
Yeah.
It's another batter. I like that.
Mhm.
So you gotta get a strikeout. And I mean, if you don't want to reveal your secrets here, you don't have to. But
Yeah.
you gotta get a
One
strikeout.
that
What's your go-to pitch?
this
Are you
year,
challenging him? Are you challenging
this
him? Or are you down and
this year
away?
I've been mostly heaters. So
Heaters.
I throw a two-seam sinker.
Okay.
It's got some pretty good movement on it. But I'd say like overall, probably in the past, probably the changeup.
Okay.
That's been one that I've thrown the best probably. But this
Nice.
year, I've been throwing a lot of two-seamers.
Right at him or away
Yeah.
from him?
Oh, I kind of just throw it down the middle and it'll,
Yeah.
it'll do what it does. So
Nice. Nice. I like it. All right. What is the biggest differences going back to JUCO, D1? What are the biggest differences in the actual game of baseball between JUCO and D1? Or are there any?
Arizona JUCOs are very good. It's pretty comparable to,
Yeah.
mid-major baseball, Division I baseball. I would just say like the preparation into the games.
Okay.
JUCO, there's majority of the guys on the team, are there to have fun and kind of, play baseball, but they're not as serious. So,
Yeah.
there's a lot more goofing off and stuff. The coaches aren't really as, rah rah, get this done, do
Mhm.
this. They kind of just let it happen.
Yeah.
Division One, the preparation that you put in is just a lot more. Like the scheduling is, it's
Yeah.
very more minute to the detail and
Yeah.
and everything.
Attention to
But
details. Everything matters.
yeah,
Yeah.
everything matters. You go about your business all the times before the game.
Yep.
You got to stick to that.
Like business casual versus formal. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Division One, you're facing every hitter in the lineup's good. JUCO, every hitter in the lineup they're all solid baseball players. They're
Yeah.
playing college baseball, but the Division One hitters are better,
Yeah.
and
There's
it
a
just
reason.
comes
There's a
down to
reason there's a difference. Yeah.
yeah, it just comes down to talent. And so, but also I'd say the position players are better behind you too. So in JUCO, you might have a fly ball that drops, but in Division One, that ball's getting caught,
Yeah.
and
Fielding percentage is way up. Yeah.
fielding percentages up. Just the pitches that you throw, I feel like they mean more in Division One.
Yeah.
Like in JUCO, it could be 2-1 and you throw a ball and it's kind of like, oh, whatever. But then Division One, you throw a ball 2-1, 3-1. That's a really good count for the hitter. And so,
Absolutely.
yeah. And there's just like different things, like the fields that we play at are a lot nicer now.
Yep.
We have
Facilities,
we
a little
have
bit more
video
money into it.
review.
Yeah.
Yeah, all that stuff. We get per diem on the road.
Yep.
We didn't fly anywhere for JUCO, and at Division One, we pretty much
What was the
fly.
longest bus ride you had?
It was probably only 5 hours,
Okay.
which is not
But
bad.
you guys did stay pretty
We
local
were we were
then.
all in Arizona, yeah.
Nice.
But yeah, I think
Mhm.
can't tell you the exact amount of states we've been in, but it's probably close to 10 for
It
this
with
year.
North Dakota State? Yeah.
Yeah, that we've
Yeah, I
played.
was looking at your guys' schedule, I was like, "Holy shit, they've
Yeah,
been
we're
traveling." I mean, you guys play LSU,
uh-huh.
Southeastern Louisiana, Oregon State. You guys had a trip to Cali, it looks like,
Yeah,
with
we were in
the beginning of the
Irvine.
year, and you guys played Nebraska. So,
Yeah. We're all
yeah,
over the place.
all over the place. I like
Yeah.
it. Most
We
recently, you guys were in Colorado, is that right?
we were in Colorado, yep, got back actually this morning. So we
Nice.
took we took a
On the
sleeper bus.
grind. On the
Took a sleeper
grind.
bus over there, so after the game, drove 14 hours back through the night,
Oof.
which honestly isn't that bad because the seats fold up and everything, make
Oh,
beds.
nice.
So
Nice.
yeah, I mean,
I've never heard of that sleeping bus.
yeah, I
That's
hadn't
cool.
until this year either, but yeah, it's pretty fun. We play card games on the bus, and the team right now really loves the game Among Us. I'm
Oh.
sure you probably know what game that
Oh
is,
yeah,
but
good old Among Us, yeah. Back
yep,
in the day. I played it back in
yep,
the day, yeah. COVID, went crazy.
mhm, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Damn. All right. You guys play Minnesota next, is that right?
Yeah, we play them
Tomorrow.
tomorrow. Yep,
Tomorrow. When's the
Minnesota.
last time you pitched?
I threw yesterday. Yesterday was Sunday. I threw yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
1.1, no
you
runs,
think
didn't
you'll
do
get
it.
in tomorrow or no?
Maybe, I don't know. I usually don't throw the midweeks.
Oh,
That's
I got
usually
you.
for the guys that, didn't throw the past weekend
Yeah,
or threw limited on the weekend.
got you.
So we'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Nice.
we're in the middle of
Nice.
conference, so those games mean a little bit more.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Is the grind getting to you at all? Like, I know you're, like, mid-season, right? Like,
Yeah.
is that grind? Is
Oh,
it,
I
like,
definitely feel
you
exhausted.
embrace it or
Yeah, I mean, you kinda have to. Like, there's times where I'm just like, "Ah, man, I'm just so tired," but I always, like, try to put it into perspective. Like, in a couple years, I'm gonna look back and be like, "Wow, like, that was
that was
really
nothing?
cool."
Yeah.
Like, I was
Yeah.
just all over the place and,
Yeah.
with a bunch of guys that, like, I enjoy being around and stuff.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, it's crazy. It
Yeah.
is tiring, though. Yeah.
Oh, I can only imagine. Yeah,
Mhm,
yeah. You guys play a lot of games
mhm.
back to back, and the
Yeah.
traveling I think would be probably the hardest part.
Mhm.
I talked a little bit on it, a little hinted it a little bit earlier. Is the MLB in your sights still? Is that a goal of yours?
I mean, I think it's in every college baseball
Yeah.
player's minds.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say I am 100% set on it. If I
Yeah.
can get drafted and signed, I would 100% take it.
Yeah.
But then there's also that part of me that, I don't really wanna waste my
Yeah.
life away trying for something
Absolutely.
that's almost impossible to get to.
Unrealistic or
So,
something. Yeah, I got
yeah,
you.
I mean, I'm gonna do everything in my power to
Yeah.
try to reach
Give her
that
hell
goal.
trying, yeah.
Yeah, but then again, it's not like a make it or break it kinda
Yeah.
thing. Like,
You've got other options.
yeah, I mean, I would say I've got my backup plan, but that's more my plan for my future, you know?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And what is that plan? For those
I wanna be
unaware.
a physician assistant, so I wanna work in
Nice.
medicine.
Absolutely, yeah, no, that'd
Yeah,
be dope. That'd be
yeah.
dope. That they help with, like, surgeries and stuff, yeah?
Yeah, so they're pretty much a doctor, they just work under the supervision of an
Yep,
MD, and so, it's you still have to go to school when you're done with your bachelor's and stuff, but, yeah, I think it would just I've done a lot of research about what careers to do in medicine, and that one kind of seems the best for me because less schooling, which
yep,
means less debt,
yep,
and you can work right out of school. You're in your actual career, and it's
yep.
a lot easier because you can work 9 to 5, 5 days a week. You can have a family life, and I think that's important.
I love that. Yeah, no, that's super important. So, what's all in your pitching repertoire right now? Totally switching subjects. I know I went
Okay.
total family mode, but going
Yeah,
back to
yeah,
baseball, what's in your pitching repertoire right now?
yeah.
What's in
So
the
I
bag?
throw my number one pitch right now is that two seam,
Yep.
that sinker. I have a circle changeup, and then a curveball, and then also I have a four seam.
Nice.
Which I don't throw my four seam a lot because that's what my two seam is. So
Yeah.
yeah, so I'm mainly two seam, and then probably my secondary pitch is the changeup.
Nice. I
Yeah,
like it. I
yeah,
like it. All right. So, have you in college, another hot topic in college sports, have
yeah.
you been able to take advantage of NIL?
NIL deal. So actually, my freshman year, I was
Yes.
I was doing TikToks a little bit,
Yeah, I remember that.
and I had some videos that did well, and I had a deal with a water bottle company called Hydro Jug. And
Yeah,
so
I
they
remember
sent
this.
me some of their products over. I made some videos about them. I had a code, and I made not that much money. I under $15, but I made a couple.
Yeah, you made
I
a
made
couple
a couple
made a
bucks.
couple dollars, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You got your
So
bread.
yeah, yeah. Now I do not have any NIL deals. I have not pushed for any NIL deals. I'm sure I could have some if I wanted to.
Yeah.
But yeah, it kind of all depends on how you market yourself,
Oh,
and I just haven't done
absolutely.
that.
Yeah.
So, but our
Not of your
school,
interest.
yeah, but our school at North Dakota State, we're very lucky because we have pretty big donors and stuff.
Yeah.
And so all athletes at our school that are on scholarship, they get money each month.
Oh
So I don't
wow.
know if you'd consider that NIL deal, but I am
It's
getting some
something.
form
It's
of
something.
help
Yeah.
of some
Yeah.
money. Yeah.
You get
Yeah.
some. You get support. We'll call it
I do
support.
get a little bit of support.
Alumni support. We like it. No,
Yeah.
that's
But
cool.
I think the NIL deal is awesome.
Yeah.
I'm in support of it.
Yeah.
If you can use your talents and market it in the right way, a positive
It,
way, you can influence people and make some money off it.
it's dope. It's super dope. It's interesting to me. So, is it just like something you're not interested in? Like, is it too much time, or are you just like, it is what it is?
I would say you have to put in the work,
Yeah.
and with each NIL deal that you have, you have to go through the school and kind of fill it out and kind of get
Really?
approval from them that you can do it because they
I
don't
was
want
not
you
aware
to.
of that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean they're not going to allow a student to have a deal with like Bud Light or anything. So so you kind of have to go through the school to make sure it's all right, and you're promoting the school in a right way, even though
Yeah.
you're not technically supposed to affiliate yourself with the school when you do it.
That's interesting. I
Yeah,
had no idea about that part.
I
That's
just
cool.
don't know. You also it's a lot easier too if you have a large following of
Yeah.
people, and
Yeah.
I don't. And so
Everyone
then
go
again,
follow us, man.
if I were making TikToks every day, you never know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get on TikTok grind again,
I
AK.
know, I might have to. Some of the guys are watching my old videos and, like, kind of give me giving me shit about it, but then again, it's like, yeah, I mean, it was kinda cool to
I mean,
pull up your
Hydro Jug
phone, you
sponsored
guys'
me, so I mean,
notifications
what's
and
up?
stuff.
Dude, no, I mean, you're telling me Bud Light, Paul Skeens commercial wouldn't be sick as shit in
Oh,
college?
I mean, that actually would be pretty legit, but, yeah, I don't think LSU would like that.
Why not? They're Southern. I feel like they would care. They wouldn't care.
Yeah, I just bad look for the school, I guess. Yeah. But
Uh,
all those athletes at LSU, I mean, they're all making close to six figures.
that's crazy.
It's just yeah, crazy.
Keep breeding great athletes over there. I don't know what's going on at LSU, but
Yeah.
wow. All right, well, now we're gonna get into some MLB baseball. What are your
Okay.
thoughts? Oh, wrong one. What are your thoughts on the pitch clock?
The pitch clock. So we've been introduced to it as well. I really don't have that strong of an opinion on it if it's bad or good. I
Yeah.
know a lot of people are saying like it's speeding up the game. I don't know the exact time, but they're what, like 20 minutes or something like that, 20, 30 minutes. They're speeding it
Uh,
up.
yeah, it hasn't been like it is like 20 to 30 minutes, and I think what the MLB pitch clock is, what, 20 seconds? Is that
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
So,
It's the same in
yeah.
college. Um, yeah, I know a lot of the MLB guys, you know, don't like it as much
Yeah.
because, they're having to work faster, which means they're working harder each pitch.
Yep.
Their recovery time isn't as good. We're seeing a lot more injuries in baseball.
Yep.
Um, yeah, I mean, I like it for a fan experience because, when you're little, going to a game that's 4 hours,
Yeah.
even if you
It can
love
be rough.
baseball,
Yeah.
it can be really long, and now the games are, shorter. There's more action in the games
Yeah.
too. But, yeah, I mean, for college, I really haven't noticed the difference just because we
They're
tend to
quick
work
pitches. Yeah.
faster.
Yeah.
Yeah, and those MLB guys, they have all their little, things they do before each
Cadences.
pitch where they're
Yeah.
walking around the mound, wiping sweat off their hands and doing all their crazy things. So, yeah, I mean, the pitch clock, it's good and it's bad,
Yeah.
and you kinda just have to take both from it
Do
and
you
see
think it's
what
equated to more injuries, or do you think
I think
bu
so.
really?
You
Okay.
look at you look at a guy like Alek Manoah
Yeah.
for the Blue Jays. He
Yep.
was I don't know if he was a Cy Young, but he was up there.
He
Really
he
good.
I know he made the All-Star game a few years ago.
Yeah,
He was a very good pitcher a few
yeah,
years
really
ago,
good.
yeah.
I mean, he's a bigger dude, So
Yeah.
so he liked to take his time on the mound, and you saw the last couple years, he
Yeah.
has struggled bad.
He's
And I know,
regressed big time.
yeah,
Yeah.
he has said it's all because of the pitch clock.
Interesting.
And yeah,
I mean,
they
I'd
kind of,
be saying that too if I was pitching bad, but
yeah, yeah. But yeah, I mean, a lot of the guys that are getting hurt, they're saying they think it's because of the pitch clock, and
Interesting.
also because of the no sticky stuff.
Yeah. Well, it's
They're
interesting
saying,
because the reason I bring it up because I've seen a few interviews, like a guy like Justin Verlander.
hmm
He says it's not because of pitch clock. He said people are just pitching harder because
hmm
that's what I alluded to earlier when I was like, "Are you pitching your hardest? Like, is there a
hmm
difference between when you start and when you relieve?" Because he was talking about I could pitch 100 back in the day, but I
yeah,
knew I had all game to pitch, so I'd
hmm
throw 95, 96. These
yeah,
guys nowadays are expected to throw 100 if they can, if
hmm
they're starting.
yeah.
So, he was just talking about how, like, that's definitely contributed more than the pitch clock, so that's why I wanna
Uh,
get your opinion
and I
on it.
mean, the game has changed a bit. You're seeing a lot more power. A
Yeah,
lot less guys are hitting for average. They're hitting more home runs.
yeah,
Pitchers are throwing harder. Um, and I think it's a lot because of like technology
yeah,
inside the sport. Like you're
definitely.
seeing like Wake Forest, they have a pitching lab where they can take all these slow motion cameras and see
Yeah,
like what's
cool.
efficient, what's not efficient, maximize like their peak
They don't
performance
got that
on.
at North Dakota State?
We do, unfortunately we do not. I mean, not many places do have that,
Yeah,
but yeah, so, there's just more science that's going into baseball, and a lot of people are thinking that we've kind of hit the peak that humans can throw a baseball. You
I
know,
mean,
like, I think Aroldis Chapman hit, like, 105 or something like that,
yeah,
and they're saying, like, it's
Johan
it's
Duran, yeah.
it's so hard, like, they don't think it's physically possible to stay healthy and throw a baseball that hard.
Yeah, I mean, I know he also talks about, like, speed and with the ball is going is crazy, but also the movement
Mhm.
is nuts. It just keeps getting more and more. He
Yeah.
just I don't know. I know he talks about, like, the torque on the elbow is just getting more and more
Mhm.
aggressive, so that's just nuts, yeah. I mean,
Mhm.
and it can also happen I'm sure you remember Tucker, my
Yep.
cousin, yeah. He catcher position, he had to get Tommy John last year throwing to second, yeah.
Mhm.
So, I mean, it definitely happens at all different positions, just that
Yeah.
torque on the elbow, but what kind of processes do you use to, like, ensure like, do you have a routine you always go through that, helps you not get injured? Because I don't remember of you really getting injured a whole lot if I remember correctly.
No, I mean, I really haven't, knock on wood, but,
Yeah,
there's a
okay.
lot of
Holy
kind of
shit, don't let this jinx it, my god, I should not have said anything, my bad.
yeah, no, but, I mean, I'm kinda dealing with a little shoulder
Yeah,
injury right now where I can just play through. Nothing serious or anything, but,
yeah,
there's even now that I've noticed I'm throwing harder, when you're throwing going from high school, you're throwing, low mid eights to now I'm throwing, low 90s. It's
yeah,
kind of just like you can feel the difference. Now being a pitcher and just being a PO,
yeah,
we have so much time to do a bunch of like mobility stuff,
right,
arm care. So when I throw before, pretty much anytime I throw baseball, I'm doing all my band work. So a bunch
yeah,
of band exercises.
yeah,
Um, Lacrosse ball, rolling out my arm, shoulder,
mhm,
lat, back, all that stuff. I make
yeah,
sure I hit the soft tissue. Also some plyo balls. I have
okay,
a green heavy baseball pretty much,
yeah,
and you kind of just like do different things, put your arm in some kind of stressful positions so it kind
yeah,
of stretch it out a little bit. And then yeah, you kind of just go into the throwing. I start light, kind of work up, and then when I go back in, I kind of ramp it up a little bit.
yeah,
And then we have all these arm care stuff where our trainer here is really good, and he's done a lot. He worked with the Diamondbacks, and so
oh, nice.
he knows baseball a lot, and so he
So that
does
helps a
like
lot,
arm
yeah.
care with us and stuff. So that's huge.
Yeah, no, I know that's super important. I have one of my buddies used to pitch in high school, and he talks about, like, I was taught, you do certain things in a very certain technique, and, your chances of getting injured will go down a lot, so
Yeah.
definitely wanna hear your process on that. With what you study, do you feel like you ever can use what you learn when you study?
Uh, I
Not
mean,
yet?
no, not really. I mean, I know. anatomy and like I can
Yeah.
tell you like what stuff is in my arm, but
Yeah.
a lot of times it's kind of just like, I'm not really a physician or a
Yeah.
PT or anything, so I don't really know. There are definitely is exercises where I'm like, okay, I can feel this, and
Yep.
like this tightness is contributing to this pain and all this
Yeah.
stuff. But I mean, I'm still early into what I want to do in my life, and so
I got it.
I'm not a doctor yet, not even close. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, it does relate, which is cool.
That's cool. Yeah. We have something on this channel called Rapid Fire. It's usually rapid fire picks. Today
Okay.
we're going to be doing a little different segment. It's going to be rapid fire questions for you.
Okay.
Okay? So basically the rules of rapid fire is you got to answer it within like 10 seconds.
Okay.
Okay? Favorite pitch. I've already answered this, but
Yeah, the two-seam fastball.
two-seam fastball. Favorite current player or pitcher.
Favorite current player would be Julio Rodriguez.
Okay?
Pitcher, I would say Matt Brash. He's a Mariner
Got it.
guy,
Okay.
reliever.
All right. Favorite pitcher growing up.
Favorite pitcher growing up. That's a tough one. Felix Hernandez.
Ooh, going all M's today,
Going all
folks.
M's.
Go to warm-up song currently.
Wow. That's a tough one. Something Real?
Oh,
Post Malone? So this funny story. Funny
little
story here.
college game day
No.
action.
So funny story here. The kid that sits in front of me in the bus, he listens
Yeah.
to that before every single game, and I can hear it through his headphones. He's just blasting it. So I mean, I kind of was just like, I'm vibing with him
I'm
before
fucking
that.
with this.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna go that one right there.
All right, I like it. What is your walk-up song currently?
Oh my gosh, Justin Timberlake.
Sexy Back?
Summer Love.
Ooh,
Summertime.
okay.
Is that what it's called?
Okay.
Summertime Love.
I think so. I don't know.
Hold on. Let me look this up real quick just to make sure. Summer Love, Justin Timberlake.
All right.
Yeah.
What is your go-to pregame snack?
Go-to pregame snack, apple. I love eating apples.
Apple. He's a
Apples.
healthy. All right. Favorite Gatorade?
Ooh. I would say blue.
Which blue?
The light blue. The
Light blue Arctic Blitz. I'm a cop. You know what we
Okay.
say?
Arctic Blitz, that's the one.
Favorite rapper currently?
Favorite rapper currently. Oh. Man, these are tough. I listen to so much music and let's see here. Favorite rapper. I'm just gonna go Drake.
Drake.
I think
All right.
Drake
Just dropped the diss on Kendrick, kind of. He's going with
I know
Drake.
you're a big Kendrick guy.
All right. If you weren't playing baseball, what sport would you want to go D1?
Definitely basketball.
Basketball.
Definitely
I
basketball.
thought you hated basketball.
I did, but I love playing it. I love playing it now. I do hoops sometimes.
You do hoop?
Still got
Do you
it.
ball on these kids? You dunk on them? You doing
Yeah.
one of these on them?
Yeah. I still think I could play women's Division I basketball right now.
Uh-oh, hot take.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. You watch Women's March Madness?
No, I did not. I followed Iowa a little bit just because Caitlin Clark, because it's just crazy to see the stats she put up.
Yeah.
But
Just went number 1 tonight.
she did?
Yeah.
Wow.
Just got drafted number 1, yeah. Indiana Fever.
That's awesome. I don't follow it. I
Yeah.
unfollowed all the
It's my
ESPN.
job too now, so.
Yeah, okay, yeah. There you go.
All right, let me think of a good one to end off on for rapid fire. Ooh, favorite sunflower seed flavor.
Either cracked pepper or barbecue. Leaning towards cracked pepper.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have anything in your mouth when you're playing out there?
Yes.
What do you have?
Gum. Yep.
I didn't know if you were a Zen guy or.
No. A lot of guys are, but I'm not. Extra peppermint.
Extra
That's
peppermint.
Yep, that's the gum.
All right, you heard it here first, folks. When Alex Karns is talking shit, just remember he's got some extra peppermint gum in his mouth. So.
Yep.
Do you talk shit in games?
I do.
Do you?
I do.
What are you saying out there?
Well, a lot of times I'm just like you're toast or something like that. Like F you, like it's coming. Like you're screwed right now. Just kind of things like that. Like,
Yeah.
you
Get
know,
in their
they
head a
probably
little
won't
bit.
hear me. It's kind of just like all under my breath, but I am
Oh, I
mouthing it.
got you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of
I
gives
like
you that
staring
confidence.
I like staring people down too.
Okay.
Come in the
Okay.
dugout, I try to
You
fire the
you got a
guys
mean
up.
you got a mean grin? Like a little,
I'm
you
just
got a mean face?
what I'm like, "You're awful. Go back to the dugout. You're awful." I actually almost fell yesterday.
Did you?
I struck a kid out to end the inning and, did this little shuffle and I tripped a little bit while I was staring him down, so that could have been bad.
Have you ever had a balk?
A balk?
Balk. Yeah, same thing, my bad.
Um, not recently. I have probably when I was
In
little, but
college?
not in college.
Not in
Actually,
college.
in my freshman year I did, but it was one of those rules where you have to, like, step off the mound and do something, and they gave our team a warning before, and, like, I
Yeah.
stepped off the mound, and, my pick, I guess, wasn't to the right bag or something.
Yeah.
So, it was stupid, but yeah, technically I did have balk.
Do you like Rob Manfred?
I don't know. I honestly
You're
don't
like, if he
really have
gets me
that.
drafted, I can say yes, but
I mean, I don't have an opinion. Like, he's just kind of in the shadows for a lot of the stuff. I know a lot of the guys in the MLB
yeah.
have, strong opinions on him.
Yeah.
If that's good or bad. Um, I think he's incorporating a lot of rules. I mean, we haven't seen, you know, a guy who just
Yeah.
kind of turns the game, not turns it around, but just adds so much stuff to it. But
Yeah.
then again, he's gone through COVID and all these different things.
Yeah.
And like I think baseball right now is kind of on a rise. It's
Yeah.
getting like a lot more viewership.
Oh,
A lot more
absolutely.
people are going to the games and stuff. So I mean, whatever
Me
he's doing
included.
in that sense is good.
Yeah, me
I know like
included, man.
the players have other thoughts on him, but yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just kind of neutral.
Neutral. Neutral
Neutral,
with
yeah.
him. Okay. It's kinda cool to hear you say that though, because like, I feel like it's a very popular opinion to hate on Rob
Yeah.
Manfred,
Yeah.
especially right now. I feel like everyone
I
is
mean,
just like, "You're
I
doing
never
bad things to baseball," so
never talk about him. I can't remember
yeah.
the last time I said Rob Manfred's name out loud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, he's definitely I feel like whenever I hear it, like, I don't know if I've ever heard a positive thing about Rob Manfred, if I'm being
Mhm.
honest, so
Yeah.
kinda cool, but, what do you think about, like, the stealing, like, only getting 2 oh
2
my
picks.
god, 2 picks, thank you, I was blanking on the
Yeah.
name.
Um, I I don't like that.
What about extra innings?
Extra innings,
Man on second.
yeah, I like it when the Mariners win because of it. Well, when
Yeah,
they lose
no
because of
shit,
that, I
right?
don't like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a different twist to the game, and I
Yeah.
mean, I feel like extra inning baseball is just exciting in general.
Yeah.
But it's eliminating the, 15, 16, 17 inning games. You're seeing a lot more just 10th inning games,
Yeah.
walk-offs, or 11th inning. So it definitely speeds up the game in that sense.
Yeah.
Um, but as a pitcher, you never want someone to start off on second base with no outs. So
Absolutely
I would say
not.
overall, I don't like it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Alright. We heard 1, he doesn't mind, and 2, he absolutely does not like it. So,
no.
you heard it here first. No,
Just
he
depending on
he's neutral
if
on Rob Manfred, folks.
my team has a runner on second base, no outs, that's a good thing.
So you're a Mariners fan.
Yeah, big Mariners fan.
Alright. Who's your favorite player on the Mariners right now? Julio, right?
Julio.
Absolutely, okay.
Yeah.
Well, AK, you got any other words you wanna talk about? Anything you wanna talk about?
I don't.
Alright. Well,
Except
buddy.
go herd, roll bison.
Yes, sir. Alright, well, I really appreciate you coming on here. Super, super fun. Um, great talking baseball. Super excited to follow you for the rest of your career there and, hopefully see you in MLB one day.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Hunter.
Absolutely, man.